Hello friends, Kip Teitsort with an episode of Chronicles of a Culture Changer from DT4EMS. And today what we have to talk about, we can't pass this up, is the Glendale firefighter incident. And this is where the firefighters have now been labeled by their city as using excessive force. Well, we're linking the news report to this so you'll be able to see it, and you can see the exact same thing that I saw. And what I would like for you to do is ask yourself, does it appear as though the firefighters are being thrown under the bus? Now, I will tell you my opinions, or I will conceal my opinions, let me put it that way, but now let me help you by asking a question. Number one, or simply the question is, who's to blame? Should we push the blame off on the firefighters solely? I will tell you that as a human, we've all got buttons and we've all been there, especially when we're dealing with someone who is drunk or drugged or in an intoxicated state for whatever the reason. And we all have that same fury that will build up inside of us. If you read my story about how my ambulance was carjacked, once I had control of the situation again, thanks to me being a police officer also, I stopped. I understood when enough was enough. So the comments were made that the city said that the firefighters violated policy. Well, I'd like to know, and I would like to be able to help them out, that's the firefighters, with what did their policy entail? Did it only label everybody a patient and didn't discuss the difference between a patient and aggressor? Let me ask you this. Were the firefighters ever told that they could put their hands up and back away when the situation got a little bit too hot to handle? Because in any other safety situation, they're told that it's okay to back up. Folks, we all have a button, and in this type of a situation, when you're dealing with people, if you've never been taught what is reasonable in the use of force, how do you judge those people by their actions? If all they've had the opportunity to do was to learn based upon watching police officers act or their prior experience, how do we blame the firefighters for their actions? So then next, what about the patient? Is the patient to blame for this whole situation? Or do they have a portion of the blame? That's for you to determine. That's for a court to determine. But I'm asking for you to start thinking before we just immediately jump down the firefighters' throats and say it's all their fault. What about the bystanders? Was the fact of the bystanders videotaping this incident, did that inflame it? Is it their fault? Come on, guys. They started videoing when they saw some things, which is why we said there is so much more that you have to prepare for when it comes to the use of force than just the encounter itself. How does everything appear if it's captured on film and shared on social media or in the mainstream media? So let's now really move some things here, and let's say, is the department themselves, is the department or the city, really responsible for this? Well, if for all this time we know that the use of force is an issue in medicine, and so we're talking about the firefighter on the EMS run, the nurse in the ED, the EMT or the paramedic. If we know that violence is an issue and administration fails to train for that, fails to make it a priority, meaning that not only are their staff getting beat up and they have an attitude, and we're not saying everyone does, we're saying that we've heard places say the attitude that it's less expensive for us to pay for this lawsuit than it is to train for all of our people. Okay, that's your business. So when you look at this whole deal, you go, did the admin fail to properly train their staff for what they really face on the job? Guys, this is a serious subject. This is just one that happens to be captured on tape. Although if you go to the website, the DT4EMS.com website, you will see that we have articles that show multiple incidents similar to this that have been captured on camera and shared on social media. We have proven time and time again that the use of force, or violence for that matter, in emergency medicine is the big elephant in the room that so many people wish to say does not exist. Well, here in this one, I will tell you that we reached out to Glendale when the story first broke. We had firefighters from multiple different agencies and supervisors and educators send not only their union email, but send emails to different folks. Now I reached out to the reporter to say, hey, look, this is not, an isolated incident. This stuff goes on all the time. This one just happened to get caught on camera. So we'll see how this all plays out. I hope that you follow it with me, because I will tell you that I hope that the firefighters don't get thrown under the bus and all the blame get laid on them, because I will tell you something, as we've shared before, we have all helped create this monster. Guys, I'm Kip Teitsort. Thank you for watching this episode of Chronicles of a Culture Changer. This is all that we really cover, and it's all over. We have tons and tons and tons of resources that are for you to be able to look up and to see that this isn't something that's new. It isn't an increase that's happening right now. It's been going on. It's been going on for decades. It's just now, thanks to the high-tech environment that we live in, that everybody can capture these things and share it on social media. So folks, you better train for all four areas. That's the mind, the street, the media, and the courts, because it is happening. See you soon.